A very good morning to everyone. Welcome in 8th standard. This is your social studies class and today we will learn about our first chapter of social, arrival of Europeans in India. Now here the text says, uh, children please, it's a request, whenever you are studying the social science chapters, you have to keep your textbooks as well with you. This is the first chapter, so I don't need to mention any page numbers. Henceforth, I'll try to mention the page numbers. This is the first video. Now here the text says, we have learned in the previous standard that many years ago, our country was one of the leading countries in the world. Our country was distinct in the whole world. Distinct means सबसे different थी, सबसे unique थी, बहुत अच्छी थी. The people of various countries were being influenced by our culture and prosperity. So, people from various countries, that means throughout the world, they were very much influenced by our culture and prosperity. Influence means they were inspired, encouraged by our culture and prosperity. Culture, Indian culture was famous since ages. And prosperity, that means our country was a very prosperous country. You also must have heard it was called a golden sparrow. सोने की चिड़िया कहा जाता था इंडिया को. Why? Because India was a very, very rich country. Many people worldwide were eager to enter into trade with our country and earn wealth out of it. So, worldwide, पूरे वर्ल्ड में सब लोग हमारी कंट्री के साथ ट्रेड करना चाहते थे, बिजनेस करना चाहते थे, so that they can earn proper or enough wealth. Here is the picture given of our country India, and as we call our motherland the mother. That means भारत को हम अपनी माता बोलते हैं. So this is a picture of Bharat Mata. Now earlier the merchants from various countries came to India from northwest by land route since Constantinople was conquered by Turk Muslims for the purpose of trading. So people from northwest, that means western countries like now जो आज presently US है या Germany है etc. These people when they wanted to trade with India, they had to come through land route. But that land route, uh, Constantinople was the place through which they had to pass to reach India. But it was conquered by Turkish Muslims for the purpose of trading. They did not want anybody else to come and trade with India. Understood? That is why this was conquered. For years, the Arab traders undertook trade through land route. So, for many, many years, the Arab traders, they came through the land route to trade with India. But as situations consequently, the demand for Indian commodities like silk, cotton clothes, muslin, black pepper, spices, etc. it increased in the European countries. So, एक तरफ land route बिल्कुल बंद हो गया, so they could not come and trade with us. But at the same time, demand for Indian commodities, the things which were produced in India, उनकी demand European countries में बढ़ गई. To take the advantage of this situation, many European countries started searching for a sea route to India. क्योंकि डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा थी, इंडियन चीज़ें उनको बहुत पसंद थी, बट बिकॉज ऑफ द कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल विच वॉज कॉन्कर्ड बाय मुस्लिम्स, अरब ट्रेडर्स वो उनको आने नहीं देते थे, मुस्लिम ट्रेडर्स यूरोपियन लोगों को इंडिया में आने नहीं देते थे. सो फॉर दैट व्हाट हैपेंड, दे हैड टू सर्च अ डिफरेंट रूट, एक दूसरा रास्ता उनको ढूंढना पड़ा सो दैट दे कुड come and trade with India. So, see the goal of these Europeans. They did not want to stop trading with India. Instead, they thought that we should find a different route. See here in this picture, we can see Portugal, Geneva, Venice, Turkey, all these things, all these places, they have got a different routes to reach to India. कोई सी के रास्ते से आ रहा है, कोई लैंड के रास्ते से आ रहा है, but just look at the extreme left hand side, we can see Portugal, Lisbon is there. वहां से कितना बड़ा वो लोगों ने सी रूट ढूंढा है टू रीच इंडिया. So see here in the table it is given sea and land route. जो black dots वाले हैं वो दोनों तरह से आ सकते थे, sea route से भी आ सकते थे, land route से भी आ सकते थे. And white वाला जो dot है which is a newly discovered sea route, ये कोचीन है Mozambique in Africa it is there. So from Mozambique to Cochin directly there was a sea route, and these were the newly discovered sea route. Now you remember why these people had to search a sea route? न्यू रास्ता उनको सी के थ्रू क्यों ढूंढना पड़ा? Because here Constantinople, okay, it was there which was conquered by the Turks. तो क्या किया था टर्क्स ने? वो कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल को कॉन्कर कर दिया था. So we can see here Constantinople is there, and it was the route to reach to India directly, isn't it? Correct? But the Turks had conquered this route. So people from Portugal or Venice or Geneva, if they had to reach to India, this place was blocked for them. कोई रास्ता था ही नहीं उनके लिए. That is why they had to search this sea route to India, where they had to cross whole of the continent of Africa and they would reach to India. And this was the place, Cochin, where they first reached. So, understood this much, children? Now we will be able to answer these questions since we have read the chapter till now, understood the chapter till now. Which areas are to be crossed to reach India from Europe by land route? We have seen the map just now I showed you, and you have to answer this. Which areas are to be crossed to reach India from Portugal by sea route? So sea route you can refer an atlas, or if you have got Google Maps, उसमें भी Google में भी आप देख सकते हो, different maps आपको दिखेंगे. So you have to write 5 names of places which they had to cross to reach India through Portugal, from Portugal. Which mode of transportation is used maximum to travel abroad in the modern times? So in present day, which mode of transport is used maximum? सबसे ज़्यादा हम कौन सा mode of transport use करते हैं? Subsequently, some adventurous sailors of Europe and other countries started the search of sea route to come to India. So, as we have seen from Portugal, they had to go all the way from Africa, cross all the way of from Africa, uh, and they reached Cochin, India, isn't it? And what was the route they used? उन्होंने waterways use किया, sea route use किया. Understood? Let's continue with the next topic, Christopher Columbus. Columbus, an Italian explorer, was one of the brave sailors who ventured out to find the sea route to India. That means he volunteered. He himself thought that I should find something, some sea route to reach to India. He thought that one can go to the east via west also. Why did he believe so? Think about it. उसने सोचा कि ईस्ट में जाने के लिए, यानी बिकॉज द वर्ल्ड इज राउंड. अगर वो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल पोर्चुगल से वो अफ्रीका क्रॉस करके इंडिया नहीं आता, तो पोर्चुगल से वो यूएस क्रॉस करके भी इंडिया आ सकता था. दो इट वुड हैव टेकन अ लॉन्गर टाइम, और उस जमाने में इतने अच्छे बोट्स या शिप्स नहीं होते थे जो जल्दी पहुंचा सके. इट कुड हैव टेकन मेनी मेनी मंथ्स. Columbus started his journey to India and accidentally he reached America. As long as he lived, he was under the misconception that he had discovered the sea route to India. So instead of coming to the east, he traveled to the west. So Italian explorer था, इटली से जब उसने start किया, so instead of coming to one direction, he went to the other direction जहाँ पे अमेरिका था. And for many years he lived under the misconception, उसको ऐसा ही belief था कि he is in India, or he has discovered the sea route to India. Hence, even today, the natives of America are called Red Indians, and the island group in the Caribbean is known as the West Indies. तो वेस्ट इंडीज एक्चुअली इसीलिए नाम रखा गया क्योंकि कोलंबस को लगा कि मैं इंडिया में पहुंच गया हूं. ओके, दे वर द आइलैंड्स ऑफ कैरेबियन and today also they are known as West Indies. मतलब India actually east में था and he went traveled towards the west, so it is known as West Indies. Let's study about the next explorer, Vasco da Gama. Now Vasco da Gama, a native of Portugal, discovered the sea route to India. He encircled the Cape of Good Hope, जो हमने लास्ट मैप में देखा कि अफ्रीका को पोर्चुगीज ने जब स्टार्ट किया ट्रैवल करना, तो उन्होंने अफ्रीका की सदर्न टिप को क्रॉस करते हुए इंडिया में वो लोग पहुंचे. तो जो सदर्न टिप पे उन लोगों ने पहुंचे थे, दैट वाज कॉल्ड केप ऑफ गुड होप. इवन टुडे इट इज कॉल्ड द with the same name in South Africa, and they reached the port of Calicut on 22nd May 1498 after crossing the Indian Ocean. The then ruling king of Calicut, Zamorin, gave permission to the Portuguese to trade with India. Here we can see Vasco da Gama in the courtyard of Zamorin. Zamorin was the king then of Calicut, and he gave the Portuguese the permission to trade with India. Without king's permission या without वहाँ का जो authority है उसकी permission के, nobody can start business, right? So they had to seek permission from the local king. The Portuguese established a fort in Calicut for trade in 1500 CE. They fortified it and appointed a commander-in-chief, namely Albuquerque, to safeguard the fort. So first of all, they established a fort in Calicut for their trade, and it was the year 1500 CE. They fortified the fort. That means they captured that court, and they established their we can say उस कोर्ट को उस फोर्ट को अपने अंडर ले लिया एंड उसको पूरी तरह से तैयार कर लिया, so that if any king attacks them, they will have that proper fencing and proper places from the fort to attack the enemies. And they appointed a commander in chief, namely Albuquerque, to safeguard the fort. तो फोर्ट की सेफ्टी के लिए उन्होंने एक कमांडर इन चीफ भी अपॉइंट किया. मूविंग नॉर्थवर्ड्स, Albuquerque conquered Goa in 1506 CE. Within a span of 100 years, the Portuguese took control of Mangalore, Cochin, Goa, Diu, Mumbai, and islands of Lanka, which is today called Sri Lanka. See, the Portuguese came to India for what? For trading. They took permission from the courtyard of Zamorin for the trade. But what happened? Slowly they started capturing the places in India. So we can understand their intention was not good. They actually wanted to rule over India. आए थे हमारे साथ trade करने के लिए, but their intention was to rule over India. That is why they were going on capturing different places. Correct? Now the end of Portuguese rule. In the beginning of the 17th century, the Portuguese expanded their trade to Bengal. At that time, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan ruled India from Delhi. The Subedar of Bengal complained to Shah Jahan about the behavior of the Portuguese. Thus, the fort of Hooghly was demolished and the ships were burnt as per the order of Emperor. In this way, the Portuguese rule came to an end with the exception of the territories of Diu, Daman and Goa. So by the 17th century क्या हुआ था? 1500 CE में वो लोग आए थे, 15th century में, right? And by 17th century, that means in 200 years, they had expanded their rule up to Bengal. Just think about it. Calicut, where they had first landed, Vasco da Gama first landed, वहां से लेके Bengal, we can say mostly half of India, and they had captured most of it. But at that time, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan ruled from Delhi, and the Subedar of Bengal complained to Shah Jahan about the behavior of the Portuguese. So this Subedar, he must have been very intelligent and he must have sensed the danger. उनको ऐसा feel हो गया होगा कि these Portuguese are not good for Indians. So he complained about their behavior to the emperor, Mughal emperor. Thus the fort of Hooghly was demolished. Hooghly is the name of the river Ganga. वहां पे उनका जो फोर्ट था बंगाल में उसको डिमोलिश कर दिया, तोड़ दिया, एंड द शिप्स वेर बर्न्ड एज पर द ऑर्डर ऑफ द एम्परर. पोर्चुगीज की जो भी शिप्स थी उसको वो लोगों ने जला दिया. In this way, the Portuguese rule came to an end. Except Diu, Daman and Goa, these three were the places where the Portuguese still continued to rule. So we end our first video here.
Stay home, stay safe. Thank you, children.